guys, welcome back to Liquid Review. I have been doing very nice and I'm sending a lot of hugs and positivity to all of you. Today's video is a huge book haul, the first haul of 2023, also the first video of 2023. Happy New Year to you guys. I hope you had an amazing start to the year. I had a very calm and relaxing start to my year. I ditched all my routines. I did not go to the gym. I am at a point where I miss my gym so much honestly right now, and I did a lot of things that I wouldn't normally do. I wouldn't normally say yes to. For example, I had pani puri for breakfast. But the highlight of the new year for me, which is like from December 25th till like even today, was that I bought a lot of books. When I sat down to make my TBR for 2023, I went to my bookshelf to see which all books I want to read. And I realized also from the bookshelf tour that I have done that I don't really have a lot of books that I've not read. In my TBR, there are probably like 10 or 12 books that I want to read in 2023. Apart from that, I've read almost all the books, or I don't want to read them at all. That is a point of concern for me because I like to be in a place where I go to my bookshelf and I can choose what I want to read. I don't want to have only one book that I can read in the moment, which is why I started shopping for books. Also, I've not shopped a lot of books in 2021 and 2022. I would just get the one book that I want to read at that time and read it at that time and then get done with it. But because I have not shopped a lot of books in the past 2 years, I decided that I'm going to shop a lot of books in 2023. This is the first haul of 2023. Let's hope there are many more hauls to come. Let's begin the video with the book that I received today only. The book that I received today is On Earth We're Briefly Gorgeous, and oh my god, this book is gorgeous. I hope you can see the book clearly. The letters on the books are silver and they're shiny, and the book itself is soft matte. I simply got this book because of the title and the blurb that I read on Amazon. It's also a very short book to read, and honestly speaking, recently I've bought books just for the sake of reading them and not with the purpose of, oh, is this like a famous book that I want to form my opinion on. Almond was one of them. I just got it for the pleasure of reading for myself, and it was such an amazing book. It was one of the best fiction books that I read in 2022, and I hope I like this one too. Next up, we have the series, the Shiva Trilogy by Amish. I already have the Ramchandra series, but I have been waiting for the 5th book. However, recently someone messaged me on Instagram saying that Amish has said that the 5th book is kind of like a philosophical end to the book. The 4th book is actually the last book of the series, so I still have to do my research on that. If you know anything about that, you can put in the comment section. I'll check it out, and then maybe if Lanka is the last book in the series, then I will read that series too. But before that, I know for a fact that a lot of people have started their Amish series with the Shiva Trilogy. My brother has read this book and he is like literally crazy about it. Since I received these books, he's been like, oh my god, when are you going to start reading it? When are you going to start reading it? And I find the premise of this book, the description, everything very interesting myself. The series is also completed. I am actually really late to this series. I know a lot of people have already read it, but I am happy that I am here and I'm ready to read them. This is going to be a part of the What's the Hype vlog, so you guys are going to get a vlog too. I share all of the books that I get on my Instagram story, so that is the first place you come to know that I have gotten a book. And the other purpose of making this video was that I want you guys to know what you can expect in the year, and if you guys want to read books with me, you can also go ahead and buy these books, so that when I am putting up a vlog or a recommendation video, we can discuss it in the comment section. Or you can obviously also follow me on Instagram so that you come to know which book I have gotten. The next 3 books again is a series. It is the Good Girl's Guide to Murder series. A Good Girl's Guide to Murder, Good Girl Bad Blood, As Good as Dead. I got all 3 at once because again, it is a series. I like to have the whole series with myself. This is a thriller, number 1, which is why I really want to read it. It's supposedly dark. I have not read a lot of dark books in 2022, which is why I'm very excited about it. And I think it is also from the perspective of a teenager, like kind of like a YA, young adultish kind of a book, which is why I am very excited about it, because you know by now that I like books from the perspective of children or teenagers or young adults. So we have this series. Next up, we have the book that I got yesterday only. My friend gifted this book to me as a surprise, and the book is The Goldfinch by Donna Tartt. Off the topic, but also on the topic of this author, I have my eyes on the book called The Secret History that is also on my TBR, but I've not gotten it yet because I saw this hardcover edition on Amazon. It is so beautiful. I think the genre is dark academia, which I have no idea what that is. I have to do my research and learn what all of that is. I also want to introduce myself to the genre this year, so I'm very excited about it. But it looks like a dark academia book in the hardcover, and I am obsessing over these hardcovers recently. You will see why. And so I'm waiting for an occasion, because that book is slightly expensive. I'm waiting for an occasion where I can get that book for myself as a reward or something, as a gift for myself or something like that. But till then, we have the Goldfinch, which again is a bestseller and the winner of the Pulitzer Prize also for fiction in 2014 by the same author. Honestly speaking, I only put this book on my TBR because I wanted to read it for you guys. I wanted to read it. I wanted you guys to know if whether it is worth the hype or not. But I also read the blurb and oh, it sounds really interesting. Another book from the perspective of a teenager, because Theo is 13 years old. Now obviously he's not 13 years old probably throughout the book, but it does start like that. I'm very excited about it. Also, it is almost 800 pages. I also want to read a lot of fat books this year. I'm craving the feeling of having like a really thick book with myself, traveling around, going to the park, going to a coffee shop, stuff like that, and reading my thick ass book. I'm not describing the book to you guys, because usually when I'm describing a book, it's supposed to be from what I have read and I'm able to put it into words. Like this, I am just going to reread the description, and I think you can do that for yourself. And I don't want to elongate the video because of that. The next 4 books are non-fiction books. I think, oh no, 5 books. I have only 5 books in this pile which is non-fiction. The first is the sex book, which I got from the publishers. HarperCollins sent this to me. I have already started reading it. I'm not able to read it like in one go because it's just a lot of information to take, but I keep reading it here and there, and I think this book is really good, and I can't wait to start recommending it once I'm done with the book. The next book, again, I got it from the publishers. It's called Shaolin. First of all, how gorgeous is this book? Once I received it, I was like, oh my god, it's been a long time since I've received this book. Again, I put it on my Instagram stories, and this is also one of the books that I want to read in the morning in January. It's also hardcover, and not the jacket hardcover, it's this hardcover. I realized I like this kind of hardcover, I don't know what it is called, more than the hardcovers that have like the jacket. This is about how to win without fighting. It is more about your mental health, your head, which I am very excited about. Next up is the book that I ordered specifically for myself for 2023 for January, and I have obviously read a lot of books on this topic before, but I read the blurb of this, and also it just seems like a very simple yet effective book, and so I've decided to take it very slow but at the same time really read it. And the book is Manifest: 7 Steps to Living Your Best Life. First of all, the book is gorgeous, again hardcover, and it's really simple, and it also has this, by the way. I love it when books have this already, like an inbuilt bookmark. I have decided to read this book one step at a time, and I'm not going to go to step 2. Like there are 7 steps. I am not going to go to step 2 till I finish one step. I'm going to use this book very practically, because I think this book is very practical. I am done with one step till now. Honestly, I already knew things that I'm doing when I read step 1. However, I did get a few new questions that I would like to answer for myself that will help me, and I was able to come up with the new habits that I want to create this year so that I can elevate my life. The next book is Grounded Spirituality by Jeff Brown. This book is really thick, and it's huge also, and the font inside is not that huge, which means it's going to take a lot of time to read. However, I wanted a new book on spirituality. I have not read a book on spirituality since a very long time, and so I got this. And last but not the least, we have the most important thing, Uncommon Sense for the Thoughtful Investor. This again, I got it long back, and I got it from Crosswords, the bookshop itself, not from Amazon. I did start investing in 2022, but I kind of like did it like a noob, which is why I wanted to start studying about it, learn about it properly, and then move ahead, and that is why I got this book. I don't know why I'm getting the feeling that I've already talked about this book. I don't know, probably on my Instagram stories, I don't know. The next book, which I think probably got delivered on New Year itself, is Cleopatra and Frankenstein by Coco Mellors. This book is so, I don't know what to say. I actually had my eyes on this when I was doing my bookshelf tour. I thought I won't buy it, but then it was New Year's, and I was like, come on Anchal, this is your job, you can get it. Every single time there's a time where I shouldn't be getting a book, I just tell myself that it's my job and it's okay to get it, and I get books. The only 2 reasons I got this book is 1, because of the cover is just amazing, and 2, because of the names, Cleopatra and Frankenstein. I've already read the book Frankenstein, and I know about Cleopatra, and I'm just beyond excited to know what this is. I've still not read the blurb and I've still not seen any spoilers or anything about this book anywhere, because I really want to be surprised once I get into this book. If you've already read it, do not spoil it for me. The next two books is again a part of the series which I've already talked about, and I'm going to talk about this series this whole year, and the books are The Wrath and the Dawn and The Rose and the Dagger. This is one of the most beautiful series ever. I am not going to explain it in this video, but it's kind of like an enemies to lovers trope, but from another world and an old school type of love, and it's not exactly like the YA or anything, even though both of them are really young, but it's just so good and the writing is so good. I am in love with it. The next book, if you watch my vlogs, you know which one this is. It is The Library of Lost Things, which I got simply for the cover. No, there was one more reason. The reason was because it's about library and books and everything, and the protagonist of this book is obsessed with books and she has read so many books. Those are the only two reasons I got this book. I am hoping this turns out to be like an underrated masterpiece, because I did spend a lot of money on this book. I think it's cheaper now and I'm like, oh my god, why did I get it when it was so expensive? I am going to talk about this book in a romance book recommendations that's coming in February, so stay tuned for that. Now we have a few hardcovers, you guys. I got really good books. First of all, which again you must have seen in the bookshelf tour, we have Six of Crows and Crooked Kingdom. This is a duology. Both of these are hardcovers. Just look at the edges, and this is like literally the most, I would know, actually it's not the most gorgeous because I have more gorgeous books, but till a certain point these were the most gorgeous book I have. I actually simply got it because I wanted to read this series for the Worth the Hype vlog. However, when I saw that I'm getting it for so cheap, like such magnificent things, I was like, why not just make it interesting for myself also and make it like a literal like experience for myself. If you buy these books, like the hardcover edition in a box set, it was coming for around 2500 rupees or something, but because I bought these books individually, I got it for around 600 each, like 1300 rupees. That's it. You actually get the box set of the physical set in around 1400 rupees. I have no idea what is it with the prices and why it's like this, but getting both of these books simply for 1300, it's completely worth it because it's just so good. If you saw the bookshelf tour, you know that there were two books I got on that day, which again my Instagram people know already, but the next two books are those two books. First we have the Song of Achilles by Madeline Miller. Oh my god, how beautiful is this. Even in the back it's gold foil and it's that kind of hardcover, and it has this inbuilt bookmark, and apart from that it's really minimalistic, and I think this is it's also a love story. You guys are gonna get the vlog of this also in Feb itself. Feb is the love month, and I cannot believe I'll be reading a very beautiful love story in a very beautiful edition of the book. I am so beyond excited about reading this book. Honestly, I have no idea how I am stopping myself because I really just want to start reading it, but I have to wait till February so that I can vlog it properly. And in the end of the hardcover edition, we do have more books, but in the end of the hardcover edition, we have another book that you guys have been telling me to tell you whether it's worth the hype or not, and the book is Cersei. When you see this book and the cover, oh yes, it's definitely gorgeous. Oh yeah, it's definitely gorgeous, yeah. And I saw this book and I was like, wow, it's really pretty and I'm so excited about it and all of those things. But then I opened it, and first of all, we have a map inside. We also have maps inside the other books. Wait, I'll show you. And then I was like, oh, let's just see how it looks on the inside. So I removed the jacket, and oh my god, look at that. Again, it's foiling and it's my kind of hardcover, and honestly I like it more without the jacket. Unfortunately, it does not have that bookmark thing. If it just had that, I would be so happy. Like, it would be perfection. However, I still am very excited about this book too. Let me show you the insides of the other books. This, oh yeah, how did I not show this to you? I just look at this. It's just so beautiful. It's the same thing in the back. This actually I will show it to you in the vlog also, but this also has maps inside it, and it has a map on the back. I think it is a map, and it also has character sketches in the end. Should I really show it to you right now? It has character sketches like this. Same for this one. We have a map, another map in the back, and we have the character sketches. All of these like last 4 books that I showed you, they are going to be an experience within themselves, and I am so beyond, like, the book lover in me is just going crazy. I cannot explain it. I kept the last 7 books in the end because only a few people watch the video till the end. So if you're watching it till the end, this is a token of gratitude because you are going to be the first ones to know that I am coming up with the Taylor Jenkins shelf. She is the next author in the shelf series. I have done the Colleen Hoover shelf already if you have not watched it. In the series, I read one book by the author every single day and tell you guys how it is and blah blah, just like vlog it. And we have the 7 books I'm going to read for the Taylor Jenkins series. It was very difficult to choose 7 books of Taylor Jenkins because a lot of her books are famous and nice and everybody really loves them, but I got the most hyped ones. First we have Malibu Rising. It is Daisy Jones and the Six. I finally got the paperback of 7 Husbands of Evelyn Hugo. Yes, I am going to reread this book in the series and I'm very excited to see what the paperback version of my pleasure will be. Next up we have After I Do, Maybe in Another Life. I was really hoping that these covers were a little prettier because they're just way too simple. I like the covers of Seven Husband and Malibu Rising and Daisy Jones, but I don't like these covers. Even this one, One True Loves, like what is this cover? Maybe I'll start liking it once I read the book and I know what the book is about, but still. But I love this last cover, and this was one of her latest books. It is Carrie Soto is Back, which is about a tennis player and it's big also, so I really like this book. Is that it? Yes, you guys, that is it. These were the 28 books that I got recently. I'm also going to buy a lot more books. I've already ordered 2 more books which are on the way, so I could not include it in this video, but I have a lot of recommendation videos planned up for you guys. I have a lot of vlogs. You can see the interesting books that I have to read and recommend, so do stay tuned. Again, a very happy new year and I'll see you guys very soon. Bye.